Payday 2 had a special spot in my heart for a few years now, but instead of leaving the spot to something else, Payday 2 has left my heart broken instead. I have dedicated hundreds and thousands of hours into playing this game, and never expected it would end like this. But right now the game is borderline unplayable because the company behind the game wanted to get another cash out. The footage you're seeing right now is me trying to join at least some loud lobby, but even when I do get in, the game usually just doesn't let me get into the game. This was recorded after the batch, by the way, and I'm guessing the issue is here to stay. I also want to mention that distance filter was removed, which was my main way of sorting out the 500 ping lobbies which had brain dead cops and other players just teleporting around. The amount of lobbies on GrandNet also decreased massively despite the filter being set to 40 lobbies maximum. Don't get me wrong, this was supposed to be a good update. I'm not against people trying out the game and seeing if they do like it. Some people I know only got into the game because it was once free on Steam and they got it back then. However, the way it was implemented this time makes me suffer for it. There are countless matchmaking issues if I do want to play with other people, and crossplay is literally forced onto me. I can't just turn it off and play with my Steam friends. Using Epic services is mandatory. You'll be completely locked out of matchmaking if you decide to block them. They didn't just make Epic and Light services a part of crossplay. The game completely runs on Epic services. So if you wanted to invite your Steam friends through Steam overlay, well, now you can't. You can no longer see people you played with using Steam overlay, or just Steam in general. You can't even check their profile, even on FPI files. When you click on their profile, it redirects you to a completely unusable FPI files page. And worst of all, they had to ditch Linux version of the game because apparently it is using an old version of an engine, which, in my opinion, is a made-up statement, just so they can have less programs when it comes to doing crossplay with EGS. I also want to point out that Linux is an actual PC platform, unlike Epic Games Store, which is just a store which can launch games. When update dropped and mods weren't working, I decided to try out the game on Epic Games Store version, since it uses a separate save file and will not screw up my profile, since they would get wiped if I did launch the game without mods. Epic Games Store version is way worse than Steam version. There is absolutely zero reasons to run Epic Games Store version over Steam version. There is absolutely no way you can get Jacket or Scarface character pack. Everything, and I mean everything unlocked by Starbreeze Nebula will give you cheat attack. I had to find out this the hard way by equipping Union, which is a Steam community item, and I joined a pub. If you're choosing EGS as your platform to play Payday 2, you're using an objectively worse platform to play the game. Use Steam version if you wanna have full experience. You have absolutely no excuse to use the Epic Games Store version. Most of all, there has been zero communication from Starbreeze. The only thing that was pointed out to Payday 2 being put on Epic Games Store was EGS themselves giving hints that Payday 2 might be on Epic Games Store. No one, including partners, was aware that this is coming. It feels like they don't want to hear any feedback on changes they want to make before they roll it out, but my guess, even if they do, they will still keep things as is, because they say it so. Starbreeze, please, stop adding new features to Payday 2, or keep them sandboxed to new heists or DLCs. I think that at this point, Payday 2 does not need any new features, it just needed a lot of polishing and a lot of bug fixing. And even if they do add new features, those features also need a lot of polishing and bug fixing. Starbreeze still needs to fix Marshall marksmans being absolutely useless. They still need to fix Marshall shields being the most frustrating unit in the game to deal with. And they still need to fix hundreds of bugs posted on forums. I'm not a game developer, but in my opinion this is what they should be doing, and not adding yet another feature they won't be maintaining since Payday 3 releases around the corner. Speaking of Payday 3, I'm disappointed. Payday credits. Really? The game is not even out yet and you're already trying to fill it with microtransactions instead of making the game that is worth the full price, or making good DLCs which actually add content to the game instead of free mediocre weapons being unreasonably OP and boring. It doesn't help that they said that 2023 is the year of Payday 3. And how has it been? Have any of you been feeling like it's the year of Payday 3? Right now, it feels like 2023 is the year of missing Payday 3. We got nothing so far from Starbreeze, except for Dallas going,
"Alright guys, it's a simple job."
Meanwhile, we got more useful information from leaks than Starbreeze themselves. I love Payday 2. It's been a big part of my life and I'm really sad to leave it. I met a lot of awesome people over the years, a lot of good ones, some bad ones as well. Either way, playing this game was an experience I cannot forget. I really couldn't believe that we could go any lower. We had power creep DLCs, tons of copy-pasted content, changes that no one asked for, but I still played the game. I kept playing the game and did not reward any of those changes. I always found a workaround, I accepted the changes, but here comes the end. I can no longer have any good experience with this game. Because I literally cannot have co-op in a co-op shooter. My friends no longer play, and Death Sentence Loud looks more dead than ever. In fact, the gameplay you see in the background was recorded in the public lobby. I removed all limitations, but no one joined. I can only hope they fix this, but I think this is too much to even dream about. I'm really sad to lose a game that was such a big part of my life. I still have a lot of clips I can upload, so I will probably put them out on the main channel or here, but don't expect any more Payday 2 content. I really had high hopes for the game, but lately every single update has been one step forward and 1,000 steps back. I was really confident that Payday 3 will be a good game. I really did, but my confidence has been really declining slowly. I believe that Payday 2 will be my favorite game until Payday 3 comes out. This is probably the worst update to come out since CrimeFest 2015. Just look at the game reviews, look at Reddit threads, look at forums, look at content creators leaving the game. Starbreeze, he ruined it. He ruined it and I'm leaving.